I like my hair messy. I do. I don't know why, but I do. Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. Is it too messy? I am sitting in front of Marden's, my new hangout. I am here to pick up the cotton batik fabric that people ordered from me on eBay, and I want to talk to you about that a little bit. I ended up stopping that listing. I had listed it as good until canceled. And in my mind, I was hoping that I would end up with an even number, because if I sell just one fat quarter, that leaves another fat quarter with no new home. And I really don't want to be investing money into cotton at this point unless I have an actual plan for it. I really had it in my mind that I'd like to sell 4 lots, but if I put just 4 lots and they sold right away, that didn't give me a realistic idea as to whether or not there was a lot of demand for it. So I put 10 lots. I ended up getting 4 over the period of like 3 days. And at that point, I thought this is a good place to stop because it's an even amount. I'm not going to have any fat quarter lots left over that I may or may not be able to sell later. And it means that all I have to do is come in, pick 16 bolts of fabric, get a yard of each, and then I will have enough from each piece to make my 4 fat quarters that are needed to fill these orders. Also, it's going to give me a chance to see just how long is it going to take me to cut these into fat quarters. I don't think too long. And I want to make sure that the shipping is going to go good, that they will indeed fit in the flat rate envelopes that I am assuming they will fit in. This is a test run and it's good. And the other cool thing is I did get international orders. So it's going to be the first time finally that I get to use eBay's global shipping option. I will be sending the packages to a shipping warehouse in Kentucky, and then from there it will go to the other countries. eBay takes care of that with the buyers on their end. Whatever they pay for shipping doesn't come to me. I'm assuming that gets paid directly to eBay somehow. I don't get to see that amount, so I don't know what anyone is paying for shipping. I hope that when I go through the actual shipping process and printing out the labels and stuff for eBay, I'm assuming there's going to be something identifying there so that when eBay gets that package, they know who it goes to. We will see. It's all a learning experience. While I am here, I don't know, I may take some pictures of other fabrics so I can put up some other listings. I do plan on putting the batiks up again. I just wanted to stop it right now at 4 lots sold, just so I can see how this works. I would like to come to Marden's like no more than once a week. So in the future, if I put up a listing, I might say, like, I'm going to leave this listing up until Monday, such and such a date. And at that time, I will end it, and then I will go and shop for the fabrics that have already been ordered. You know, if I just keep it running indefinitely, I could come here, pick up the fabric that I need for today, and then get home and find out there was another order. And then I'd have to come back out to the store. So I want to make this something that is chill for me, that I don't have to be worried about, oh my God, I got to go get some more fabric. Another order just came in. You know, it's just going to be all good, and we will figure it out, and we'll do it the best way that we possibly can. That is good for everyone. So I'm going to go in and pick out the batiks. I may take some other pictures of other fabrics in there so I can have another fun listing up. And then I plan on showing you guys the fabric when I get home, showing you the prints that I picked, showing you how I cut the fat quarters, and then those of you who have ordered this will have a sneak peek of what's coming to you. Most of my fabric sales will be grab bag style, at least for now. Once I get a feel for how much demand there is, later I might feel comfortable just buying up front and not worrying about being stuck with all that fabric and all that expense. So I am going to go in and let's just go in. Picking out fabric is fun. Look what I've picked so far. Only 12 more to go. I picked 10 so far. I have 6 more to go. Ooh, I see a purple that I don't have. I'm going to grab this one right here. That went really well. It didn't take me long to pick out the 16 fabrics, and it does not take them a long time to cut it. I don't even know what time I came here, but I would guess I was there maybe 30 to 45 minutes. And now I'm ready to go home and cut the fat quarters and put the packages together. So let's get going. I am home now. I came home with 16 yards of cotton batik. Each cut is a yard. I will be cutting each piece into 4 fat quarters, and I will be putting the sets together for those who ordered the lots. First, let me explain to you, in case you don't know, what a fat quarter is. Let me move this and I'll be right back. Most cotton is anywhere from 42 to 45 inches wide, and it always comes folded in half. So I'm going to check this one. This one is going to be about 43 inches wide, and it can vary, especially with things like cotton batik. Some might be a little bit narrower, a little bit wider, but you're almost always guaranteed to get at least 42 inches wide and up to 45 inches wide. They do sell cotton or other fabrics at 60 inches wide, but you're going to pay more, and that's just not the norm. So if you go to buy fabric and you say you want a quarter of a yard, they're going to unroll the bolt and they're going to give you about 9 inches, because that's a quarter of a yard. A yard is 36 inches. And of course they always usually cut a little generously, and they would cut straight across. So you would end up with a strip that's about 45 inches wide and only 9 inches tall. That doesn't give you a lot of surface area. Now, if you're doing something that requires strips, then you absolutely would want it cut that way. But a lot of times quilters or crafters, they want more surface area without having to piece things together. So that's when you get a fat quarter. What a fat quarter is, you would get a half yard cut, which is 18 inches, cut across this way, then you would cut the 2 pieces of fabric apart. So you would have more of a rectangle piece, not a long strip, and that is what a fat quarter is. I have to do 4 sets of fat quarters, so I will be able to get 4 fat quarters out of a yard. I will be cutting a half a yard and a half a yard, and then cutting those pieces apart. And I will show you what that looks like. Now, they cut pretty generously. A yard is 36 inches. I have about 40 inches here. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to fold this in half this way, and I'm going to cut across this fold. So each piece is a half a yard tall, but in this case, you're looking at 20 and a half, so there's some extra fabric there. And then I'm going to take the fold that's opposite of the selvage, and I'm going to cut there. I'm going to take this one off, and this is a fat quarter right here. So I can get 4 pieces like this out of 1 yard. And I'm just going to fold this up and put it here. And I will do the same with this one. And then I still have this one that needs to be separated. So again, a fat quarter should always be anywhere from like 21 inches by 18 inches. And these are actually a little bit bigger because of the generous cuts that I got at Marden's. So since I have 4 lots to send out, I'm just going to put 1 of each print in each pile, and then I will have my 4 lots. And I'm going to go ahead and show you every print. Now do remember, when I list this again, you won't get these identical prints. I'm always just going to be picking randomly when I get orders. Another generous cut, 39 inches this time. And I did want to mention that I will also be selling some fat 8s, and that would be this folded in half, and you'd be getting a piece about this size. So I'm just doing this image here so you can see, if you order the fat 8s when I have those up, this is what you're getting. When I sold fabric on eBay a while back, quite a long time ago, I don't remember selling fat quarters. I did sell fat 8s, and those sold really well. It gives you a chance to build your stash with various colors without having to buy a whole half a yard or a yard of fabric to do so. So this one's very pretty. Oh, it's so hard to choose. Ooh, we got a generous one here. I will continue to show you all the prints, but then I'm going to be shutting my camera off in between while I cut, so I don't have so much to upload. So this one's pretty, purples and greens. I love that together. Here's the next one. I tried to get a wide variety of colors, and I'm like so mega jealous that I'm not going to have any of this fabric, but that's okay. I get to satisfy my need to shop for fabric, and I will not be hoarding. I love this one. I thought it was almost done. I was like, oh, I only have this left. No, there's another whole stack on my ironing board. I'm glad I don't have to pick favorites because, I don't know, this might be one of them. And we have this one. This looks like a mermaid. Look, paisley. Okay, I really do think this one is my favorite. I love the colors. I love fish. Super cool. And I do love this one too. I love them all. I just can't stand this. This one looks like candy. I love this one too, very much. And this is the next to the last one. And here is the final one. I love this one too. I'm going to just cut this one and then I'll show you the packets. So here are the 4 lots of fat quarters. They are going to be bagged and put into a flat rate mailer that I'm assuming will hold this. I did practice with fabric I had on hand to see how much I could put in the flat rate envelope. I'm pretty confident we're good. This is the set right here, all fanned out. Let me show you up close. These are all the different prints. And do remember, when I have these listed again, and I will, it does not mean you will get these prints. And it also means you might get some more of these prints. So if you have purchased one of these lots, it's possible that you could get some duplicates, but I will just be picking 16 more bolts, and chances are I will pick some different ones. So there you have it. And like I mentioned in the car, I will be shipping these using eBay's global shipping center or whatever. So I'm hoping that I can figure out how to do that. I'm sure they're going to provide me with something to put in the package. And I do go through eBay because it makes it nice that I can just print my packing slips with them and the postage and all that. So it's a nice little system. I loved doing this. I loved going to get the fabrics. I loved cutting them. And I will be so happy when they come to your home. I hope you like the colors and the prints. And again, these are 100% cotton batik. If you don't know what batik is, it's a way of dyeing. They usually use waxes and then they dye the fabrics in a certain way. And they're just very unusual and they have a nice soft hand. Feels different than regular cotton. It almost feels more like a sheet. I don't know, it's hard to explain. So here's the deal. I've learned a lot of stuff. Some of it is shocking. I'll get to that in a minute. This is what the package looks like, all put together and wrapped up in plastic. I printed out the packing slip, and I learned that I do indeed see the international shipping that the buyer paid on the packing slip, but all I pay is to get it from here to Kentucky. I don't have to do any of the out-of-country forms and things like that, which I absolutely hated doing when I used to sell my clothing, but I used to do it. I have a priority envelope like this, and this fits nicely into there. I will show you. It fits, and I will just be sealing that, and it will be going on its merry way. I also use click and ship, and I request free pickups. These packages will actually be waiting for my mail carrier. He will pick them up tomorrow, and all is good. Here's the shocking part. I'm guilty once again of just like living in the land of 20 years ago. Well, not 20 years ago. I started eBay in the year 2000, And I sold on eBay for 11 years. A lot has changed in those days, including the price of fees. I don't know why I was just thinking, oh, a buck here, a buck there for fees, for something like this. But the PayPal fees were $2 for each lot and for the international ones. And then like $1.50 for the USA ones for these particular lots of fabric. And I did not realize that eBay charges now 10% of the selling price, including 10% of the shipping. These lots sold for $30 and $7 shipping, so that's $37. So I'm charged $3.70 plus $2 for the PayPal fees. And 3 of mine were international, which I really love because I love that somebody who can't get that fabric can actually get it from here in Sanford, Maine. I mean, that thrills me. But that is $5.70 worth of fees, which means that I made a little bit more than $4 per lot after buying the fabric. So that's a little bit embarrassing. So my choices are that I would be able to sell these on my own and not go through eBay. There are so many reasons why I don't feel like doing that. I like eBay to handle things. I like eBay to be able to give me the packing slips and the postage printouts and all those things. It just keeps track of like how many lots are available. So I really would like to go through eBay, but I'm going to have to adjust prices because I can't do what I did today. The time it takes to list these things, the time I spent at Marden's, the time I spent cutting this fabric, I can't do that for $4. I'd be better off to just continue making tote bags, putting those on eBay. My tote bag is doing exceptionally well on eBay, but it's a fluke. I say it's a fluke. I used to do things like that on eBay. That's why I liked eBay so much, and it's why I stopped eBay in 2011, because that wasn't happening anymore. So it's just a little piece of the old eBay that I love so much, and it's why I like auction formats. But anyway, I'm going to rethink all this. I'm absolutely 100% completely content with the way this worked out because, again, it's a learning process. I now know that I can easily fit 4 yards of fabric in a flat rate mailer. I really did think I could fit 6, and I think I could fit 6 yards. And if I do need more space, they have a flat rate legal size mailer, which is only like 50 cents more or something. So that's a good option. I'm very glad that I stopped this particular lot at 4 sales because I'm obviously working for next to nothing. And but it's all good, and I'm just glad I'm not in the hole. As long as I'm not in the hole, I'm happy. So I will rethink things. Price might have to go up on the batiks. Again, I mean, I can only go by prices that I can get, and I do have to include enough for me to make it worth my time. So I hope it can work for everybody because I do enjoy doing this. I loved picking the fabrics out and stuff. I really don't feel like doing it on my own and having to keep track of things, and I just like it that it's all there on eBay. I get invoices. I can see at a glance how much I've earned to make taxes easier and all that stuff. It's just so much done for me that it is worth for me to pay the fees because it's like I have an assistant. So we're going to figure it all out, but I just wanted to tell you that I was a little bit shocked. I don't even remember what the fees were, but I remember when I sold on eBay, I paid tons of fees because in those days, you had to pay for every auction that you listed. Now you get, I thought it was 100, but I noticed it's 50. You get 50 per month for certain things that you don't have to pay a listing fee. But I used to pay listing fees of like close to $2 per listing because I used to have bold and different things to make my tunics stand out. Now that there's no listing fee, it didn't even dawn on me that, of course, the other end is going to go up. But I haven't been concerned because I've been selling things like paper beads and, inexpensive things, totes, and some upcycle fashions and things like that. And it just wasn't a concern to me. I wasn't doing it as, like, I hope I make money. I was just doing it to say, like, I can get rid of this thing. But who knows? I probably spent money to get rid of those things because I had no clue that I was being charged 10% of every sale. All right. So anyway, I don't want you guys to think that I feel bad. I don't. I'm very happy with how this all went. And I just am saying something because the price might have to go up. I mean, or I will have to figure out a different way, like, you know, maybe more lots or something to make it worth it. But, you know, I'm not working for $4.30. I just can't do that, especially if I'm taking a chance that only one lot would sell, and then I would be, all right. I'm gonna go put my thinking cap on, and I will be back, though, very soon with some more fabric listings. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye! If you haven't checked my tote bag auction lately, you must go see it. The link is down below. Remember, I started this at $20. Go check out the current bid.